Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey. If it's your first time here, then welcome. So I want to share with you guys some things that I cannot unsee after having a spiritual awakening. Okay, and so drop me a comment. Let me know who's here. Let me know if you can relate. These are things that are very real in our world, but I think before I just wasn't paying attention, right? And so a spiritual awakening is all about having a rebirth, having new realizations about the world around you, the universe inside you, our connectedness, connecting with God, what we call God, on a deep level, and the world reflecting back to you like synchronicities, numbers, and saying, and you thinking things and instantly manifestation, like instant manifestations, the world responding to you faster. You recognize that you're like a co-creator and how powerful we are and how loved we are, how held we are, like at every single moment, and new realizations, epiphanies, awakenings. These are things that I can see now so clearly, and I want to bring it to our attention, and I'm curious to know your thoughts on it as well, because you guys, while we're here on earth, this beautiful journey that we're on, we have choices at every moment, and it's silly to think that there's not an opposing force trying to take your soul, trying to distract you, trying to steal your energy. It's very real. And instead of turning a blind eye or pretending like it's too afraid, too scary to think about, the more you lean into this information and are curious, the less scary it becomes, because you can start to see things just more clearly, and you recognize that there's nothing to fear because you yourself are the power. You yourself are the energy source. You know, in religion, they call it the devil, right? And the thing about that, what I want to share with you guys is that all of us have light and dark within us. So what we call the devil is very much our own nature within us. It depends what you want to tap into. Are you on angel time or are you on demon time? Because the choice is yours, you know. And so if you're on a spiritual journey, it's all about growth and climbing this ladder, moving from your lower nature up to your higher nature, doing things that are more in line, in sync with your higher self, with God, with nature, with Gaia, connectedness, love, truth, and moving away from deception and things that keep us locked in chains, right? So religion, in a way, to me, is like the prerequisite. It's like the class that you take beforehand. It gives you like the basics, but they're not telling us the whole truth, right? Because if we're constantly looking outside of us and we're thinking that the devil and the evil is outside of us, we're not recognizing our own power and that we have choices. Like, life is not something happening to us, it's responding to us. So we have choices to make. However, there are entities, there are forces outside of us that have already made that choice and are here to tempt you, and they're leading humanity astray, depending. The times that we're in, we're seeing this so clearly, right? Like, the wars on earth. Like, how could we still be having wars on earth? There's a dark influence that's manipulating the minds of millions of people. Until you awaken to who you really are, you recognize you have a choice, because guess what? Something can influence you, but you don't have to do it. So that's why I say we are the power. It's not the devil. The devil is not creating the wars on earth. It's us humans that are fighting each other. And so when we can take accountability over our own lives and stop fighting and stop moving from hate and stop moving from selfishness and ego and pride and competition and greed and corruption, when we can cleanse our own hearts, that's when the world shifts. And so there's things that I see now that I'm like, whoa, it's so clear what's happening. And the first thing that the world is like, it's like we're under this spell, right? But we can awaken. One thing I've noticed, and it trips me out every time, I'll be in the kitchen cooking dinner and I'll hear those commercials that play or the ads that play, on the TV, right? And they're trying to sell you supposedly a medicine, but it's crazy. Like, I promise you, they're trying to keep the whole world on drugs and call it medicine. They're trying to keep the whole world on drugs and call it medicine. Supposedly these medicines. And they're for the craziest thing. Oh, are you depressed? Take this drug and, you know, it's going to has, and they start listing the side effects, right? Because legally they have to, and they tell you, like, it can kill you. Liver damage and, like, high blood pressure and chance of stroke and chance, like, all of these things that this medicine is gonna do for you, but supposedly it's gonna cure your depression, you guys. Please do not fall for this fake medicine that they have out here. Prescription drugs is such a huge problem because what happens if you fall into this trap and you think that you can just take this medicine and feel better? Well, it's not natural, so you're gonna have to keep taking it to feel better, but in the meantime, it's actually doing worse things. It's hurting you, it's harming your body, and so I would just be so cautious of you guys. Like, I know you guys know, like, it's almost funny at this point, but it's not funny for the people who are actually taking it, who are actually, like, believing in the lies, and there's so many. I promise you that there's natural remedies, and a lot of times it's not about medicine, it's about inner work and facing yourself and being real with yourself. You know, so you don't want to fall into, personally, I would never take birth control. I don't know what they're out here doing with Viagra. Men out here, no, don't do it. Supposedly depression, no, you need sunlight, you need vitamin D. Like, you need a better lifestyle. You want to be chained in the matrix, that's why you're depressed. Like, debt and all this, it's the system. So it's not you, I promise you, it's the system. Break free, but you got to free your mind. And so they're trying to keep the whole world on drugs, call it medicine, and then like a medicine that would actually heal you, something like marijuana, which you guys know I broke free from that because it depends how often you use it, what you're using it for. Are you trying to escape reality, or are you really trying to, like, heal yourself? So it depends, but they're gonna make that illegal, right? And something natural that grows, oh, that's illegal, you're gonna go to jail and all this, but come take our thing that we made in the lab that's gonna get you addicted, and it's just really insane. Like, it's an epidemic on earth, right? And so don't be fooled that if supposedly if a doctor gives it to you, it's not a drug. No, it's a drug. If it gets you addicted, and if you need it, and if your mind starts to convince you need it, like, just please break free and recognize that they're literally telling you, right? Because everything is being shown to us, but we have to have the eyes to see. So when they say it can kill you, how is this medicine helpful? It's like, not. Stay away, run. Okay, you guys, so the second thing I want to share, things I cannot unsee after having a spiritual awakening, is this concept of celebrities, right? And it's so trippy because they call them stars, them, they, like they're on some type of pedestal. But I promise you that there are people just like me and you. So it's done intentionally. There's this facade that's created to elevate them and put them in the spotlight, have them walk down a red carpet, and oh my gosh, the glamorous life, Hollywood, and there's so, all these things, right? Reality shows, but it's so far from reality, right? Like hours of hair and makeup and a whole team around them. They're not showing you their authentic life. They're selling you into their drama and crap to keep you hooked and for you to buy their products. And it's just really ridiculous because it's a huge distraction. And also it really plays on the concept of unworthiness because they're trying to make them seem amazing. Oh, they're stars and you're just some regular human. Like, it's really dumb. And so it's also a huge waste of time, you know, like, I can respect talent, absolutely. We all have talents to share with the world. No one person is better than another. You could admire someone for their talent, you know, like athletes. I think about like Kobe and like J-Lo. I have respect for her because just their talents, their gifts that they share with the world. If you're out there doing your thing, do it. But don't fall into this like idol worship, because even spirituality, it'll tell you. You don't want to see somebody higher than yourself, because we're all equal at the end of the day. Like, they went to the bathroom, they have to take a shower, they have problems and regular life just like everybody else. Like, we're all living, breathing expressions of the Most High. We're literally all stars because we're made of stardust. And you are like a beautiful creation, divine, rare imprint of God, a rare expression. And so you have your own unique talents and so many gifts to share with the world and just to experience. You are an experience in itself. And so you don't have to look to celebrities. This concept, it's a facade. You know, I grew up in LA, and so I don't fall into it as much, but I used to before my spiritual awakening. I used to watch reality shows and be interested, especially as a kid, like a young teen, 12, 13 years old. I used to be like concerned with Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears' relationship and this and that. And it's like, I'll still see it even in the modern day world. And you want to focus on yourself and cultivate your own life. Make your own life the more exciting thing to look at. Create your life intentionally. What do you want to do? What excites you? Do things that are fun to you and have experiences with people that you love and have new adventures in your life, things like that. We don't have to look at these people and think they're so cool. No. And you know what? Since I've been creating online and stuff, I've noticed that we are the inspiration. Like, supposedly normal people, that's where Hollywood and all this is getting their ideas, content from supposedly ordinary people, because we're not ordinary. We are stars within ourselves, all of us. And so be so mindful, so careful, because if you're thirsty, if you're desperate and you want to, if you're chasing fame, it's very dangerous. Like, you guys saw what happened with Cassie, right? That's out there, and she's like one example of so many examples. Like, Hollywood's a really dark place, the entertainment industry, because they're working with those powers that I told you about that have colonized the minds of so many. You guys, I'm telling you the truth. And you don't want to get mixed up in that, because if you're thirsty for fame, then you could sell your soul. And that means literally and metaphorically. Like, if you'll do anything for clout, like and they'll all tell you, Kanye told you, Doja Cat will tell you, like, they'll come out and tell you because Prince told us, like, and when they try to speak out, like Michael Jackson, things like that, what happens? Look at Robin Williams. Like, that was a really tragic example. Jim Carrey talks about it, Keanu Reeves. Why? The movie The Matrix, like, it's all telling us that what's really going on, right? Spiritually. We can't see it, but we can feel it. And so cultivate your own talents. Like, we're in a beautiful time where you can put your work online and make money, do what you love. To me, it's not always about money. It's about living an authentic life, something that really feels good for you. You don't have to get outside validation to feel good about yourself. And don't waste your time tapping into celebrities' lives. Like, it's a huge waste of time, because they're not celebrities. They're people just like me and you. And so the third thing, the last thing that I want to share with you guys that I can't unsee, I can't unfeel after having a spiritual awakening, is about abundance, right? And so abundance is one of the most beautiful things that I've learned about as I've had my awakening. The concept of abundance. What's abundance? It means like so much, more than enough, plentiful, like infinite, just an abundance, a harvest, right? We're in fall time too, like a harvest. We're in the season of a harvest right now. And so this concept is a spiritual concept, and it's the beauty of God and source. We're in an abundant world. There's more than enough. If you drive past a field of flowers, like, you can't count them all. There's this really beautiful street here in Arizona. in summertime that's like filled with orange trees in a really rich part of town, and I drive through and I'm like, whoa, like there's so many oranges. That's one street, but it could feed like so many people. And so seeds, you know, that are in the fruit, God designed this earth beautifully, and it's abundant, right? Air, there's more than enough water, rain, sunlight. These are not things we pay for. These are natural things. And when we take care of Gaia, we take care of the earth. She takes care of us. These foods, you know, they're free in essence. We just have to work the land, and it's going to produce an abundance, a harvest for us all. There's more than enough. And so something I can't unsee after having a spiritual awakening is that the system that we're in has created scarcity just to provide a solution when the truth is abundance. Okay, and so there's a system where money was created, this concept of money. But who designed it, right? Who owns the banks? Who's running the system? And it's not that you have to go against money, because money is a resource and it's an energy, and you can have an abundance of money. That's beautiful. But it's about how that problem solution awakening, right? So I recognize this. They created a system so that they can control the system and make it seem like abundance is not the truth. And so you have to like play their game to win their game. But I always think about that scripture in the Bible where it was tax time, right? And you guys, we know it's a system, right? Think about taxes. Like it's an unfair, unjust, corrupt system. It's not that money is bad. It's the system. It's the system. It's the banks. It's the whole credit and debt thing, the enslavement. Because remember, the truth is abundance. We should all have land. We should all have access to food, plentiful, be living in peace and harmony. But instead, greed, corruption, because they tapped into our minds and we like fed into it. So I think about the scripture in the Bible where it's tax season, like tax time. They had taxes back then, like dang, they've been doing this, playing these games. Nah, but they went to Jesus and they were like, are you gonna give Caesar his money? Something like that. Like, what are your thoughts on taxes, pretty much? And he is like, give Caesar what is his. Like, let him keep what's his. And I always think about that. You don't want to fall into greed, because at the end of the day, this is a system that they created. I'm going to call it they. And so greed is about like, well, we know what greed is. At the end of the day, when it comes to taxes or money, don't become too attached. Like, give them what's theirs in a way, right? Because the truth is abundance. You're already rich. Money is a concept that we've created. It's not even backed by like gold. There's no real value anymore. It's all invisible, like it's debt, right? Like the richest people in the world, they use debt. So we haven't been taught about money purposely, because we're in a system to keep us oppressed, so that we can everyone's working at the bottom while everybody at the top is reaping the harvest. But it's a game, it's a system, we're being plotted on. And so the truth is abundance. And so drop me a comment. How can you feel abundant in your life? Like, what makes you feel abundant? You want to tap into the abundance frequency. It's a vibration that always is. It exists, period. It's about tapping into that vibration, or tapping into that frequency, rather. Raising your vibration to tap into the abundance frequency. And it doesn't always mean money, but it definitely can. You want to become friends with money in the world that we're in, but also be awake that we're in a system that's corrupt and unjust. So it's up to you if you want to play their game, if you want to create your own. And there's so many ways to feel abundant. It doesn't have to just be money. I have respect for Nipsey Hussle. Rest in power, rest in peace, because he was like speaking on abundance, and it depends how you look at it, because the more you learn about the system and the world that we're in, the spiritual warfare, how much we've been lied to through all the systems on earth. Like, as you awaken to it, first it makes you mad because you recognize, like, I mean, first of all, who wants to be lied to, first of all, right? We trusted these systems, but the good thing is that we're awakening to it. So somebody like Nipsey, who's like, came up, he turned around and shared the game with people, how to maneuver and make your own way, you know? And so he took his money overseas. Like, he held on to his masters. He worked the system, didn't have it work him. He already knew that it's corrupt. And so that's why tap into the frequency of abundance. Do things that help you feel abundant. There's so many ways to do this. You can visualize it, but the main thing is you want to feel it and know that the truth is abundant. So it's like, yes, you're playing make-believe, but also you're just tapping into the truth, because you are the power, you are the money, you are the energy, you are the resource, like you are the gold, you are you are the value, the riches, right? It's you and your spirit and your energy. And so the more you feel abundant, the more it's like drawn to you, right? And so do things that help you to feel abundant. Recognize the abundance. Feel the abundance around you. See it. The more you're in that feeling, the more it's going to come to you in any forms that you need. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Like, speak it, think it, feel it, know you're worthy of it. I think that's the biggest thing, right? And it'll work out for you. So those are the 3 things I want to share with you guys, like things I can't unsee. And there's tons and tons more. What is something that you cannot unsee after having a spiritual awakening? I would love to know. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up. If you've been here, if you stayed for the whole video, please drop a comment, let me know. I'm sending you so much love, so much power, so much healing on your journey. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.